So, welcome to week 10. This week has been a bit of a foodie one. I had a very busy weekend this weekend. I went out on Friday for a curry, which was very nice. If you've not been to the Ruby in Hertford, I recommend you go. Very, very good food. Then Saturday morning, had clients early doors, didn't eat any breakfast, and then we went, Hannah's dad took us out for breakfast, which was very nice. And then that Saturday evening, had a takeaway. It was just a burger and chips, but still nonetheless, it was a takeaway. So, and then on Sunday, I went to meet a client, Michelle, who's over from Singapore for a week. She only had Sunday as a social because she's very busy with work. Went and met Michelle for some lunch in Soho, which was very nice. We had some steak, had some good wagyu, some cream of spinach, some truffle fries, truffle mac and cheese, some bone marrow mash. It was all very good. Couple of glasses of red wine. It was very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Now, I took my weight on the Friday, which is what I always encourage all of you to do. If you're going out and you're busy at the weekend, take your weight on the Friday morning, because it will give you a consistent pattern. Even though it's a couple of days early, it will give you a consistent read off of how your week has been. Rather than doing it on the Sunday morning, having gone out Friday or Saturday, and then it doesn't really give you a true reflection of where you are, because obviously then you've got to wait a couple of days for your weight to come back down and settle and blah, 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 blah. We can eliminate so much stress when we just check in before we have a lot on. So that's what I did. Checked in on the Friday, I was 100.7 kg. So a nice little drop this week. Got a bigger drop, almost a 1 kilo, no, almost 1 pound drop, which for me is outside of what I'm trying to drop, 0.4 to 0.8, nothing changes. So a total 1 pound drop is a little bit higher than what I would want, but still we'll take it. I weighed myself on the Monday and I'd gone back up to 101.5. So it's not massive. If you think about, how the week's been, from Monday to Friday, all day up until Friday was spot on. Had my curry on Friday, went out for breakfast Saturday morning, had, the rest of my day, Saturday after breakfast was the same. I just used the breakfast as breakfast, made sure that I stuck to what I normally would have in the day, and then at dinner time on Saturday, had my burger and chips. Sunday, had the same breakfast. Didn't have any mid-morning because I was meeting Michelle about 12:30, 1. So I wanted to make sure I was hungry enough to eat enough food because I knew it was going to be very nice. Had some good steak, so a lot of protein. Wasn't really too fussed about that because I'm out. I'm having a life. And sometimes this is part of the process. It's yes, we want the results, and yes, we're chasing something, and yes, we're trying to get one step closer every week. But at the same time, we're trying to incorporate life stuff too. Now, if you look back through the last 9 weeks, you wouldn't have really seen weekends like that in the process because that's not really what my life is consistent of. So I know I'm going to be more consistent with being able to control the variables more often than not. Now, this is why I program all of your programs to suit your lifestyle. And this is the importance of not copying what other people do because your life is suited to you. So let's just say, for example, you're out with clients 2-3 times a week because that's what your job permits. We have to be able to facilitate that in getting you where you want to go. Now, would that potentially slow down progress? Of course it will, because you're out being social more often. But at the same time, you can't not. So we have to be able to adapt it and keep you moving in the right direction, regardless if it takes longer or not. You're still moving in the direction. You cannot sacrifice your life for the results. And if you want to sacrifice your life, then I suggest you change job. And that's not really in the realms of being realistic, is it? I don't expect people to change jobs to get results. It's a completely unrealistic expectation. So we don't have those. We just try to adjust and pivot and adapt to what's put in front of us. Where we can stay consistent, we do. And when life comes up and we want to go out and enjoy life and be carefree and not worry too much about what we do, we can go and do it. That being said, I am able to do that because of where I have put myself physically and mentally. I'm able to go out, have a couple of glasses of wine, eat 3 or 4 meals out, and not let it stress my mind about what my weight's doing. It doesn't even come into my thinking. Monday comes, we go again. I've already dropped the pound that I put on, because that's how your body works. And that's what I'm trying to get you all towards, is building a body that is able to withstand life. And that's the whole point. So for me, perspective wise, everything's fine. I will say though, went to the gym on Monday to train, and because I had a couple of glasses of wine, my fucking motivation was dead. I could feel I was sitting in the gym, zero motivation to train, absolutely none. Woke up, had my breakfast smoothie, got myself prepared like a normal day, went to the gym like a normal day, but as soon as I got in the gym and tried to train, just mentally, I was on the floor. And this is also the importance of understanding even I get affected by alcohol. I know I can get away with 1 glass of red wine. I had 2. 1 extra glass of red wine, I wake up the next day, motivation, attitude towards training is through the floor. Nonetheless, I went in, got it done, did what I needed to do, and got the fuck out. But from a motivation standpoint, I understood the reasons why. And this is the most important thing when it comes to training and how we feel. We have to be able to control the variables. And if we're going to choose to go down a road that we know the outcome, then when we reach that outcome, we can't be disappointed. We can't start asking the universe why it's happened. We know why it's happened. We just have to be honest enough to keep ourselves in check. And if you can't, I will. Apart from that, training this week will not change. Food will not change. Cardio will not change. I'm feeling a lot leaner. People are starting to notice that I'm starting to get a lot leaner, which is always signs when people start to recognize and start to see that, you know, you look a little bit better, you look a bit more healthier, skin's glowing a little bit better, clothes are fitting a little bit looser. These are all signs that we're moving in the right direction. So as far as I'm concerned, nothing will change. We'll see how this week goes. If I can drop into the double digits this week, that would be ideal, because we're almost there. 97 kilos is the target. I should be around 99.8, maybe 100.1, maybe. And if that's the case, then we're moving in the right direction. What do we have? 7 weeks left. So now the momentum is all shifted in my favor. Now everything, you know, that snowball is really starting to gather pace now. So my metabolism's firing, mindset's firing, strength is firing, nutrition's firing, everything is moving in the right direction altogether. So, and my sleep's been on point. I'll tell you what, yeah, if you want to struggling with sleep, have a couple of glasses of red wine. Actually, no, don't do that. I'll turn you into alcoholics. Don't do that. Get yourself an eye mask, get yourself some earplugs. It's changed the game. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you now, the sleep improvement that I have had over the last 6 months has been nothing short of miraculous, considering when I was in Bali, I was sleeping 0 amount. So this week, there'll be no changes. I'm looking forward to week 11. I've got the bit between my teeth now. So we'll see what Monday looks like.